The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Maxwell Longman, certified English series, read by Pianut Nontesa. Chapter 16 Tom's Dream Bucky's Revenge. That was the great secret, the plan to return home with his brother, parents, and attend their all funerals. They had sailed over to the mysterious side to a long at twilight on Saturday, landing 5 or 6 miles below the village. They had slept in the woods till nearly daylight and had then crept through the backless and finished their sleep upstairs in the crush. At breakfast on Monday morning, Aunt Polly and Mary were very loving to Tom and very attentive to his wants. There was, as usual, almost uptake in the course of which Aunt Polly said, "Well, Harper, it was a fine joke, Tom, but it was cruel to let me suffer, so if you could come over on a long to attend your funeral, you could come over and told me that you was dead." "Yes, you could have done that," said Mary, "and I believe you would if you had thought of it." "Would you, Tom?" asked Aunt Polly, rather sadly. "I will. I don't know if you would have spoiled everything, Tom. I hope you love me as much as that," says Aunt Polly in a grief tone that discorded for the boys. "It would have been something if you care enough to think of its events. If you didn't do it, Tom, you'll look back someday when it's too late and wish you care a little more for me when it would have cost you so little. Now, Auntie, you know that I know care for you. I know it's better if you show me that you care. I wish no. I thought," said Tom regretfully, "but I dream about you anyway. There's some things is much a case. That's but it's better than nothing." "What did you dream?" "Why, Wednesday night I dreamed that you were sitting over there by the bed and Sis was sitting by the wood box and Mary next to him." "Well, so we didn't, so we always do. And I dreamed that so Harper mother was her." "Why, she was her. Did you dream anymore?" "Oh Lord, but it's so dim now." "Well, try to remember, can't you?" Somehow it seemed to me that the winds blow the try harder. "Tom, the wind did blow something." "Yes." Tom placed his finger on his forehead for an exact minute and then said, I got it now. It's blow the sender, and it seemed to me that you said, why, I believe that's the good heavens. Go on, Tom, go on. Just let me think a moment, just a moment. Oh, yes, you said that you believe the door was open. Yes, as true as I'm sitting here. I didn't I, Mary. Go on. And then, well, I once be certain, but it seemed as if you Mrs. Go and, well, what's this? I make him to Tom. You miss him, you miss him. Shut it. Goodness gracious, I never heard anything like that in all my days. There is some turn its dream. Serena Harper shall know of this before I'm an hour older when I tell her about my dream, she said, rapid and fast. Just go on, Tom. All is all getting as brings as day now. Next you says that I was best only mischievous, and so I didn't. Well, go on, Tom. And then you began to cry. I didn't know. Not for the first time either. And then Mrs. Harper began to cry and said so was just the same. And she wished that she had whipped him for taking the cream which she to throw away herself. Good Lord, Tom, this is a miracle. Goodness gracious. Go on, Tom. Then he says, I don't think I said anything. Says, yes, you didn't, sis, said Mary. Shut your mouth and let Tom go on. What's this? Who said Tom? He said, I think he said. He hoped I was happy where I had gone to, but if I'd been better some time they do you hear that's his very words, and you miss him shut up. I didn't an answer must have sure you are that Tom. There was an answer with you and Mrs. Harper told about Joe making her jump, and you told about Peter and the pants killer as true as am sitting her. Then her was a loss of taste about having the funerals and Sunday, and then you and Mrs. Harper cry, and she went. It's Harper. Just so Tom, you could have told it better if you seen it, and then I thought you prayed for me, and I could see you and her every word. You went to bed, and I was so sorry that I was on a path of but we are not this, we are only being careless, and I put it by the sender, and then you look so good lying there asleep that I thought I went and leaned over and kissed you. This you, Tom, this you. I forgive you everything for that. And when she drew her arms about him, he felt the guiltiness of bitterness. Her a big apple I've been saving for you, Tom, if you were ever false again. Now up you go, or up you watch enough of my time. The children left for school, and the old lady went to call on Mrs. Harper and conquer her disbelief, which Tom marvelous dream was a hero. Tom was now. He did not go jumping and dancing, but stepped with his cheeks out like a college who felt that the public eye was on him. He tried not to seem to see the looks or her the remarks as he passed along, but they were food and drinks to him. Smaller boys than himself flocked at his heels, as proud to be seen with him as if he had been the drummer at the head of a procession or an elephant learning as circus. Into town boys of his own size pretended not to know that he has been away as all but its reality. They were eight exchanges of with enemies. They would have given anything to have that dark sunburned skin of his and his glittering face at school. The children were so full of admiration for Tom and so that the two heroes soon become unbearably with finalists when they got out their beef and when puffing around the very height of glory was reached. Tom decided that he could be independent of Becky treasure. Now glory was sufficient. He would live for glory now that he was distinguished. However, she would be waiting to be friends again. Well, she would see that he could be as proud as some other people. Presently, she arrived. Tom pretended not to see her. He moved away, joined a group of boys. The boys and girls, you everyone who is a friend of mine, all went to be and she glances at Tom, but he talks on to Amy Lawrence about the storm on the island and how the lightning tore the great tree to bits. Whilst he was standing with 3 feet of it, which a clapping of joyful hands all the group begged for invitation except Tom and Amy. Then Tom works up with Amy. Bucky eyes filled with tears. She went as soon as she could and sat alone till the bells rang. Then she dried her eyes, held up her head, and said that she knew what she would do. During the interval, Tom continued in the company of Amy and kept wondering about to find Bucky in order to make her feel angry. At last he could think of her. She was sitting on a little bit behind the school, looking at a picture book with a fresh temple. So deeply interested were they and so close together were their heads over the books that they did not seem to notice anything else. Jealousy raced hot through Tom. He called himself a fool for throwing away the chance of becoming friends again with Bucky and Alpha. Amy happy tape became unbearable. Tom spoke was jealous about some things which he had to do, and stayed away. She thinks that that's over graceful. It's better that I am hero grinding his teeth. Oh, all right. I give him a blessing the first time I saw him, and I do it again. He went through the notions of fighting an imaginary boy hitting her the air and kicking and pulling all you has enough have to have you now let that be a lesson to you. And so the imaginary beating was finished. To his satisfaction, Tom fled Tom at noon. His conscience could not bear anymore of any grateful happiness, and he sorrowfully met the sight of Bucky and Alfred's temple. Together unbearable to Becky looked at some more picture with Alfred, but no Tom come to suffer. She grew miserable, and when Alfred kept on exclaiming, "Oh, her nice one," looks at this, she lost patience and says, "Oh, I don't care for them," and got up and walked away. Alfred went thoughtfully into the dessert school. He easily gushes to the trance. The girls had simply made use of him to annoy Tom Sawyer. He wished that there was some way of getting that boy into trouble without much risk to himself. His eye fell on Tom's spelling books. Here was his opportunity. He opened in at the lesson for the afternoon, and Pauline's viewpoint the page. Bucky crashing in at a window behind him, saw him and moved away quickly. She turns away, intending to find Tom and tell him Tom would be thankful and their trouble would be ended before she was halfway home. However, she changed her mind. She thought of Tom's treatment of her when she was talking about the picnic, and she determined to let him be punished on account of the damaged spelling books and to hate him forever too.